Hey you guys, welcome back for day 27 of the Do You Yoga 30-day yoga challenge with me, Erin Motz. So today we're going to be working out the kinks in the IT band, so that pesky little strip of tissue that runs from the side of the knee all the way up to the side of the hip. So if you run, if you cycle, if you sit down all day, either way this will feel really, really good. So we're going to start lying down at the back of our mats and we can go ahead and get started. Okay, so we can get started. You'll want to be at the top of your mat lying down. And oh, before I forget, if you remember a couple days ago, we used a prop, a little towel or strap if you have it. So remember, if you have a yoga strap, great. If not, a rolled up towel is going to do the trick just as well. So have that within arm's reach, and we can go ahead and lie down. So as I said, we're going to work the IT bands today. So the first thing I want you to do is stretch the right leg straight up, and you'll want your strap or your towel. So just lasso the foot so that you can have it in hand. And even if you're really super flexible and you can reach your foot without a strap, I want you to have something just to make it easier to have the shoulders back. So pass both sides of your strap or your towel to the left hand, stretch the left leg all the way out, and then start to cross the right foot over towards the left side. So keep the right hip down. So even use the right thumb and just put it in the crease between the thigh and the hip. And then you can start to draw that right leg over. So it's barely going to move, not very, very much. Just enough. Keep the right hip down, keep flexing the right heel. So you may feel a stretch more intensely in the back of the leg, like in the hamstring and in the calf, before you feel it in the side where the IT band is. So if you're really super tight in the backs of the legs, you'll probably feel it in the back of the leg first. So take a few breaths here. We're going to hold. I know it's tough. Try to relax the shoulders back, relax the face. And on your next breath in, come back to the center. You can bend the left knee again. Unhook your right foot, take it down. And the left leg is going to come straight up. So lasso the left foot. Make sure the heel lines up over the hip and stretch the right leg all the way out. So grab both ends of the strap or your towel with the right hand. Take the left thumb and hook it to the crease of that thigh and the hip. And then keeping the shoulders relaxed and back, just start to draw that left leg over to the right. Doesn't have to go very far, just enough until you feel it. We'll take the same amount of time. You take 2 more inhales. Slowly come back to the center. You can let your strap or towel come down and have it to the side. Bend the left knee, bend the right knee. Hug both legs in towards you. And just rock left and right a couple times to release. And keeping the knees hugged into the chest, you can rock all the way up. Actually, no, let's stay down for a second. Instead of rolling up, keep the right knee pulled in close. Extend the left leg all the way out. You can relax the left leg so that it opens to the side a little bit. And keeping the left hand on the right knee, stretch the right arm out, stack the right knee over the hip, and then cross the body so that the right knee comes to the left. So you're rolling to the pinky edge of the left foot, and the right knee comes down towards the floor. So it doesn't have to touch the floor, but you'll probably start to feel something in the lower back and then down the outside of the right thigh. So see if you can look down the right arm, and we'll hold for a little while. And gradually come back to the center. You can hug the right knee in. Bring the left leg in with it. Stretch the right leg out. And then stack the left knee over the hip. Same thing. So you can stretch the left arm out to the side. Take the left knee with the right hand. And start to roll to the pinky edge of the right foot. Cross the left leg all the way over. Maybe it comes to the floor, maybe not. Don't worry about how far down it goes. Just once you feel a stretch in the back and in the side of that left leg, you can stop. Take a couple breaths here. On an inhale, slowly come back to the center. You can hug both knees in. Grab a hold of both knees. Down for real this time, okay? You can rock all the way up. All the way up. Stretch the legs out in front of you. And this one's going to feel a little bit intense because I know we just started, but just only go as far as you can comfortably get down. So go ahead and cross the right ankle over the left, just like your ankles are crossed normally. And then take both feet away from each other so that you have this little V between the two pinky toes. So you're going to take both hands and see if you can start to reach out towards that little space. So if you can reach the feet, fine. You'll start to feel a stretch in the sides of the legs, so from like the ankle all the way up, maybe into the hip. If you can't quite reach that far, here's where your towel or your strap will come in handy. You can just kind of wrap around the feet, try to keep that space between them, and then fold forward. So keep actively pulling the toes away from each other. And just fold over. So wherever you end up, we're going to take a few breaths here. I know stretches like these are really intense, so it's really easy to hold on to your breath. So if you catch yourself holding on too tight, just consciously let it go and come back to that same rhythm of breath that you had at the beginning. On an inhale, walk the hands in. Sit up tall. Unhook. Cross left over right. And same goes. So instead of the feet being glued together, just pull the feet apart so you have this space between the pinky toes. And then either use your towel around one of the feet or you can reach all the way out. Maybe get the hands there. And same thing. Deep breaths in, lengthening. Exhale, see if you can fold over the top of that left thigh. Take 2 more breaths. And gradually walk the hands back in. Unhook the legs. You can lean back and just walk the feet in so that you can press onto the balls of the feet and come to a forward fold. So take your time to get there. You can press into the hands, lift the tailbone up. Relax the head and the neck so you fold over both legs. So if it feels okay, you can hook both arms, just cross the arms, maybe sway left to right. So if you shift the hips left to right, you'll also feel a stretch down the sides of the legs. So another kind of chance to get into the IT bands. On your next breath in, come up halfway. Exhale, fold. And just step back to plank. If you don't want to, you don't have to keep the knees up. If you'd rather take it easy, you can always drop them straight down. So I'll take that option today. Lower down between the elbows. Come all the way down to the chest. And on an inhale, roll the shoulders back. Come up to cobra. Keep the feet heavy. Exhale, lower down. Come back to a down dog, so tuck the toes under. Sit up and back, downward facing. Pedal out the legs a few times. Make sure the back stays long. And just take a couple breaths here. So the next one, the next stretch we're going to do is a little bit tougher, but I'll go pretty slowly so that you can break it down and stop where you need to. So the left foot, we'll start with the left side. Left foot is going to come all the way up to the hands and come to like a kneeling lunge. So here I want you to create as much space in the, this is an awkward description, but as much space in the groin as you can. So you can turn the left toes open to the side a little bit and even walk the heel towards the edge of, or walk the toes towards the edge of your mat, just so that the whole midsection is a little bit looser, a little bit more open. So the right hand is going to come ahead of the left foot just a tiny bit and just turn the fingers towards the front, towards the left. So far so good. From here you can tuck the back toes under and shift the weight forward, so come off the knee a little bit and roll to the pinky edge of the right foot so that the left toes can turn forward. Maybe you walk the left foot down so you're not straining the knee. And then let the hips sink down just a little bit. So you want to feel a really deep stretch in that right hip. So you can stay here, you can keep the left hand down, you can keep it on the knee. You can stretch the left arm up. So whatever feels good, I just want you to take a couple breaths. On your exhale, lower the right hip down. Another option, if that's way too much, you can always take the left leg and stack it over the right and just lean onto the right hand and expand from the whole right side. So think moving from the hip all the way up into the side body, into the right arm. So this is another option, a little bit less intense, okay? So wherever you were, you can come back. We're going to spiral back to a down dog. Pedal out the legs again. And just so you can see, I'll switch sides. So when you're ready, the right foot will step all the way up. Drop the left knee. Good. And remember, try to create some space in the hips and in the groin. So turn the right toes to the diagonal, and then maybe start to walk them towards the edge of your mat. So just enough until you feel the back of the hamstring, the very top of the hamstring open up and get a little bit more receptive to this stretch. So from here, take the left hand ahead of the right foot just a tiny bit. Turn the left fingers towards the side, towards the right, and then tuck the left toes under. Spiral back so the pinky edge of the left foot comes down, and turn the right toes totally to the front, so they're facing the front. And you can walk the right foot back a couple inches, and then start to sink the left hip down enough until you feel it from the hip all the way up into the underarm. So you're probably feeling it pretty intensely in the side of that right hip, or the left hip. You can stack the right arm up, or keep the right hand on the knee. Take a few breaths here. And if the wrist bothers you or the top knee bothers you, it's really subjective, so you can make any adjustments that make it feel good. So maybe walking the right foot further back or walking it further up if you want more work. Take 2 more inhales. Try not to collapse the shoulder into the ear. Keep rolling it back. And with that last exhale, lower the hips all the way down. Maybe stretch the right foot back just to kind of lengthen. You can support with the right hand. Wherever you end up, wherever you were, take the right foot down and we'll come back to a down dog. Not the prettiest transition, I know, but it does the trick. Take a couple breaths here. And then just to relax everything, shift forward enough so that the knees can come wide. Feet come together and sit back in child's pose. So walk the hands out. Relax the head and the neck. Take a few breaths. And take one more full breath. In through the nose, out through the nose. And then slowly walk the hands in. Find a comfortable seat at the top of your mat. Sit evenly on the hips. Let the shoulders relax back and down away from the ears. Let the eyes close. And take a big breath in, sweep the arms all the way up overhead. Bring the hands together and exhale them right down to the heart center, sealing in your practice. And let the eyes slowly open. Namaste. Thank you guys so much for coming back today. Make sure you come back tomorrow too. We're going to be doing a flow that'll incorporate dancer's pose and also help us prep a lot of the muscles in the legs and in the back for sticking it really well. Get your daily yoga at doyoga.com and be sure to follow me on Facebook. As always, be good, feel good, and I will see you right back here tomorrow.